I am Dracula.
Beep.
And welcome back, everyone. Me and D,
Hello.
back again. Is known as sucker for the 1980s movies. Well, I have another one today to talk about.
Here we go.
We watched this on a streaming site. Legally, you'd say, wouldn't
Very legally.
you? Very legally.
I'm sure you can easily find this movie.
Yeah, this could be on YouTube. This one, I've never heard of this one before the other day when we watched it.
Yeah, actually, do you know what? I haven't either.
The title makes no sense, so today we're going to talk about American Gothic from 1988.
When you're in need of a little peace and quiet,
She's cured, isn't she?
Well, that's a word psychiatry doesn't throw around the way we used to.
when you need to forget,
I'm thinking of taking her on a little trip back to the islands.
what could be better than a return to the wilds?
We had our honeymoon there, and she loved it. I can't fix it. I think we better check out this island, see what we can find.
Yeah. The poster is, I love the poster. It's like that painting.
That's what
You know.
it is. So American Gothic is actually a painting from like 1930s, and it's
Yeah.
basically like a man and a woman outside a house. So I have no idea what connection the painting and the film has.
It's a bit misleading though, but anyways, I do like it.
Sorry, I need to make sure I'm recording. Yeah. Yeah, so I have no idea what the connection is there, but what we have here is a weird kind of film directed by John Hugh. Is that how you say his
Hugh.
surname?
Yo.
And you were kind of comparing it straight away to Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Well,
Um,
from the little blurb or description that was on the app that we were using, it was
Yeah.
like teenagers or something get lost and they encounter this family, and I was like, oh,
Mm.
this is gonna be like
Like,
Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
was it?
But
Did it have that low budget vibe off it?
oh, 100%. You know the way like after Friday the 13th was made, several different movies like that were made, but they just weren't off. You know what I mean? Gustavo, no. Oh, the kitten is here.
Absolute smell.
Is he farting?
Yeah.
No.
Oh.
Is it bad? Did he fart right beside you?
Yeah. And he's lying there beside me chilling like.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, no, you're dead right. Fuck me, the smell off that. Friday the 13th and like Halloween would have spawned all these kind of low budget kind of movies. And this is another one. That's
Oh my
terrible.
God, I'm getting it out. Fucking hell. Jesus, cat fart smell. So bad.
And what would you call this low budget?
Yeah. It's like, well, it takes place on a deserted island, so there's just a deserted island. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, we'll
Doesn't-
get into the plot, like, because
Oh, sorry,
it's,
I'm
it's,
skipping.
it's a strange one. It's a strange one, and
It's a fucking strange one.
you said it yourself. I keep pulling these 1980s movies on me hole, and they're really really good, aren't they?
Well,
Well, I'm not
gonna
saying
say
that.
really, really good, but
I'm not saying that it's
yes,
that like 10
yeah.
out of 10 movies, but there's something fun to watch, and it just seems to be always interesting. The plot of this one, right? Plot of this one, our main
Interesting.
characters are kind of on a getaway, and they're chartering this plane. But he must be Richie's. I don't know. And they're at so the plane was running low on engine, and they need to kind of emergency land on this remote island.
Mhm.
So our characters are the main girl. I'd say is Cynthia. Would you?
Yeah, she's last girl. Is what's that called? Last girl, final girl.
Final
vibes.
girl. She basically has like flashbacks of her baby drowning, and it kind of plays. You see a lot of that.
Do you know
plays-
that was actually played about 4 or 5 times? That was very strange.
Yeah.
Like we get it, but okay.
So she's our main character, and then we have our friends
She's got
Jeff.
some baggage.
The lads are Jeff and Rob, and then the other girls are Lynn, Terry, and sorry, there's another guy called Paul.
Very just like typical
Yeah.
background characters.
So you're getting camp vibes, 80s, Friday 13 vibes, like they're just a group of friends. And yeah, so they camp there for the night.
So the juice, the plane runs out of juice.
Yeah, that's
they
how
get
they're
kind
there.
of stuck there. Like okay, yeah. So they're kind of stranded on this island, and they're setting up camp, isn't it?
Yeah, and can I say one thing? I love the setting of the remote island. Like the idea
Yeah,
of
it's
this is
different.
really good.
You know, it's different. It's yeah, I like that.
I like the idea of this. So like
It's not a
it's-
typical like wood, like just stuck somewhere in the woods or a campground.
yeah,
It's kind of different. It's nice.
Different. So yeah, they're there one night. They wake up the next morning and they said, "Fuck it, we'll explore the island for." He said like materials. Like, what are you gonna find for your plane on a deserted island? Anyway, you see there's
Gas.
deep, maybe, yeah, or what
I don't know.
they end up finding. They find deep in the woods a cabin, and it looks deserted. There's nobody there. They walk in,
Cabin in the
and
woods.
they're playing with records. They're throwing on clothes. They're dancing and this and that. Like, it's actually a funny scene.
They're
acting is
taking the
actually-
mick in somebody's house, but okay.
True. And long behold, the tenants come back. The owners come back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting literally mauled here.
I'm sorry about that. The kitten is going crazy. There's nothing we can do. Yeah, do you know what this reminded me of? Do you remember the Goonies when they were all playing in the house and then they came back?
Yeah, it has that
I
kind
feel
of
like
little
it
vibe
takes
of it.
a lot of inspiration from so many different movies. It's good.
This film? Yeah. Oh, 100%.
It's like just taking little snippets of different movies and compiling it into one movie.
It's so
That's
cliche
how I
like
felt.
that. Yeah, it is. Yeah, you're dead right. Like, it's very cliche, but it just works.
Yeah, it's okay.
So the
yeah.
owners, the people that live there, are Ma and Pa,
Mom, Pa,
and
they've three fucked up,
yeah,
inbred. I'm not gonna. Is that the right word?
no.
Well, actually, no, we're not. No, they're not because they're a couple. Okay.
Yeah, and no, at the end of it, it really gets a little bit deep when you think about it. Yeah, so we do get introduced to their daughter, Fanny, and this. So she's meant to be 12 years old, I think they say. She's a 45 plus, probably 50-year-old woman, and
Do you know I'm laughing because if you're Irish or maybe even English, I don't know. The word fanny means something completely
yeah, that's
different.
not a name where we're from.
That is not
That's
a name.
a body part.
That is a. We won't even go into it.
That's a body part.
That is absolutely hilarious. But her name is in American. That's maybe a name. I don't know what it's short for, but that is absolutely not a name where we are. So, anyways.
So there's a great dinner table scene, and so they're at the spending the night, obviously in this house, Ma and Pa's house. Wake up, and there's a great dinner table scene. And remember one of the girls lights up a smoke.
Oh yeah, I can't remember which one. One of the
I think it was Lynn. Like, you don't really.
They all kind of blend into one, you know, that kind of like.
Yeah.
Not in a bad way.
Until shit starts happening, like the characters don't mean kind of fuck all, you know. But yeah, like Lynn lights up a smoke, and like I think the Ma and Pa are real religious.
Oh, completely Christian. Cut off from the world, religious. What? Yeah, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but they weren't religious at all. But that kind of like, you know,
And I'd
separate from.
almost inbred vibes, as you said, like.
Yeah, but they're not technically because it's only a mom, like two parents and like three kids. So.
True. And like,
Anyways.
and I'll say like we're a good bit into the movie now, like, and there's still no horror. There's still no, like, we're getting to the kills right now, but like we're about like 40 minutes into the movie at this stage.
It's just really stressful because they keep saying like, oh yeah, somebody's gonna come and fix the boat, and then they don't come, but they just keep staying there and seeing more weird things. Obviously, the girl Fanny is absolutely
Off or nut.
demented psychologically, and everybody just goes along with this thing that she's 12. And they're all planning a birthday party for her.
I have a theory about her and the other people, the daughters and sons. By the end of the film, I'll let you know what the review, right? But our first kill is coming up. So the morning that you wake up, Rob, now he's one of the lads, he has a mullet and spiked hair. The haircuts back in the 80s were fucking nuts.
Yeah, it gives off kind of like a Rod Stewart.
Yeah, Rod Stewart head on him.
Type of
spiked, like short hair and then a fat mullet, right? So he goes out on a walk, and he comes by Fanny and her brother Woody, and they're swinging. They're
Woody.
like taking turns. They swing each other on the swing, and this swing is overlooking a cliff.
It's the most stomach turning. If you have anything like I have a fucking phobia of water, like open water, deep water, things like that, and it's good.
So you kind of know what's happening here. Rob is going to go on the swing, and they're going to push him, and he's going to fall off.
Well,
but what really happens is like they push him so high, Woody gets up at the side of it and cuts the rope. So as he's going over, he falls and he dies hitting the cliff. So that's our first kill. And then that is kind of like followed closely. Like Lynn goes into the woods.
Oh yeah,
and she sees Fanny Woody, and then we're introduced to the other brother, and his name was I forget his name. Is it there?
Oh,
Is it there? No, I don't think so. I forget the name of his. Woody and something else.
He's kind of big and he
Yeah.
is disgusting. I absolutely hate this one. I can't remember his name though.
They're playing skip rope, like they're skipping, and they obviously get Lynn to join in. And you don't really know. The scene kind of goes on a little bit like they're teasing her. Like,
It kind of cuts a little bit. You don't see the actual.
you don't actually see what's going on, thankfully.
But I think Cynthia is gone on a walk later on and stumbles upon
Yeah.
the body.
Well, we'll get to that.
Oh, sorry. I thought
Yeah.
that came up.
Yeah, no, not
after
yet.
that.
That's near the end.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, it's near the end. So there is another kind of like the kills kind of happen off the bat, and you follow each other very quickly. There's another good scene where Cynthia, our main girl, is like so sorry. The whole camp now, like all the gang know that Rob is dead
Mm-hmm.
as well. Just let you know, like that is known. But there is a weird little intimate scene with Cynthia and Jeff. Jeff is that blondie fella, and they're kissing. And who's peeping through a little peephole? Fucking Fanny. The
Stop,
fucking
it's
50-year-old
just-
woman that's meant to be 12. She likes Jeff.
Jeff, yeah, she
Oh.
fancies. Fanny fancies Jeff.
But what does make
God.
sense is what she does though. Like, so she likes Jeff, but she ends up having like Cynthia as like another sister. Like, but she comes in and basically stabs Jeff in the eye.
Yeah, with this weird horse looking
Yeah, and the thing, yeah,
letter opener looking
yeah,
thing.
weird.
Weird.
Letter
Yeah,
opener,
it's very
yeah.
weird. Statue type of. Yeah. That's seen multiple times actually.
Yeah, that was good. So obviously Cynthia runs out and tells Ma, and at this point in the film,
Tells Ma.
you realise, right, the family is kind of turning on the group. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah. Well, you see, they always kind of had
This-
intentions to turn on the group.
yeah, I know, but like it's official now. Like, do you know what I mean? At this part of the film, it's a wacky ass film.
Should we take a little break before we get into the word part? And
Yeah.
so I can kick this a little.
Yeah, we'll be back in a few minutes and we'll talk about the end and we'll give our thoughts as well. So you know yourself, Dave, I've had a beard, 5 years now, and I've went through different products. And Joe, I'm not really happy with a lot of stuff. See, like beard oils, they never really work on me until I found this company, Denson. And just over there, you can check out high quality beard trimmers, oils, face washes, everything over there. And I use it every day. So if you want to use it, you, the listener, I have a lovely code over there for you. Graveyard, to save yourself 30% off, 35% off, actually. So that's Graveyard at the checkout for 35% off.
So after all the coffee fueled episodes, somebody finally decided to sponsor us. So if you want some seasonal award-winning and specialty coffees for high-quality blends, check out Coffee Bros in the link in the description. So for 10% off, use the code GRAVE10 for some complex taste notes from fragrant and aromatic to bold and rich. And everybody knows I love coffee. Every episode I have a coffee, I physically cannot function.
Somebody's been listening to us out there.
Finally.
So if you love coffee as much as they here, check the links out below.
You know I wouldn't send you on any bad beans.
No.
So yeah, check the link out below for 10% off.
Now, let's get back into the video. Alright, and we're back. We forgot to actually mention that Fanny one actually has it like a mummified. You says not mummified, it's like an absolute.
It's literally the corpse of a dead baby.
There's that cradle I told you about.
Please don't wake my baby. Hello. My name's Fanny. What's yours?
And do you know what it was? She says to Cynthia, she was like, "Oh, mommy makes all my dresses and my baby's dresses too. Do you want to?" Well, I'm just doing the accent. Do you want to come and see my baby? So then she brings her into this room.
You're freakishly good at the accent.
Don't get me started. I'm so good. She brings her into this room and behind this little bassinet thing is a fucking corpse of a baby that Fanny obviously had sometime. But how does she have a baby if she's meant to be 12?
Exactly. It's very
Anyhow.
weird. So yeah, we forgot to say that.
So you can only imagine where the baby came from. I don't know.
So Cynthia runs out of the house. An absolute panic. We're at the finding out now the family's bad. Like they did basically. Now we obviously knew the family were bad, but they're at the finding now. She runs into Kerry, and she's in a panic as well. She knows what's happening. And up above we see Lynn. Remember that scene, the skipping rope scene that we were talking about? Lynn is now hung from a tree with that skipping rope. Wow. See, little scenes like that was a good little scene. But you both know now. And you run into Woody and that other brother that we don't know the name of. And this is a bit weird.
Why don't I know the name? Teddy.
Teddy, yeah, that's what it was.
Teddy.
And yeah, he's a big fat fucker and he basically killed Kerry.
They killed them all. They killed Terry, they killed Jeff, they killed
yeah, well that's all of them. Like
Lynn.
Paul was the one that they left back at the camp before he went into the cabin. So he's gone the whole film and he just ends up dead as well. So like
yeah,
every single one off except for Cynthia. Cynthia was the main character.
Yeah, and then she eventually like, oh my god, no, do you know what bit we're skipping? The last girl, Terry, is caught by Teddy. I think they're in like a chase scene and then he eventually catches her and snaps her neck, which is strange.
Yeah.
He then proceeds to
Rape our corpse.
in front of Woody.
Yeah.
Who Woody looks like he has some intellectual disabilities.
Now, yeah, like just to make the point across that these kids, so to speak, they're 50 years old. They act like kids, so it's really the scenes are really weird. So while like you don't really see the scene, but Teddy's raping Terry, and Woody's saying, "I'm gonna tell Pa."
I'm gonna tell the tale.
It's fucking.
It's so weird. He obviously goes back and tells everybody. Teddy comes back from doing whatever he was doing.
Yeah.
And he gets a beating off Pa with a wooden stick.
Yeah.
Cynthia starts to enjoy it. I don't even know how. Then she kind of like mentally breaks down and becomes one of the family. I don't know how that happens. It's not expanded upon.
It's not expanded upon. It literally just goes from her.
Happens.
Like she's in now one of these dresses that Fanny wears.
Yeah. And she's acting like Fanny does, like a 12-year-old girl. So that's
no, but there
unsettling.
is one great scene, and Fanny's talking about, "Oh, I want to show Cynthia my present because it's Fanny's birthday."
Oh my god, yeah.
I think this turns the film on its head when you think about it, Dave, right? So they bring Cynthia down. The whole family brings Cynthia down to like the basement where they were told never to go. It's real cold down there, and the steps are real steep. They go down there. And they show Cynthia Fanny's present, and that's basically Cynthia's friends, the group, all hung by the neck underneath the basement.
Along with some other old ass skeletons.
Along with some other, yeah. And you're getting told kind of stories like, "Oh, that girl is from when I was here," and
yeah, they proceed to tell you all the backstories of all the different corpses.
So what I'm thinking was Fanny in a group that was caught by the mom and pa. And she was one like Cynthia that ended up staying there.
No, I think that the three
so?
kids in inverted commas are their actual kids.
You think so though?
Yeah.
Because
no, I do. And the people that are hung up
they just treat
are
them
actual just people that came onto the island and
they treat them like kids.
Across. They treat them like kids to keep them the way they are, and like you see Pa saying like, "Oh, raise you by the Lord kept you protected."
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
I thought it was like, onto something there because
no, I don't think so. That's just my opinion.
Because Fanny did point at one girl and she goes, "She was here when I was here, but she didn't make it." I was like, wait, does that mean Fanny was in Cynthia's shoes? She just ended up changing, and like Cynthia's mind was gone. Like he actually tries to attack Fanny in one of the scenes where Fanny was she was trying to bathe that fucking dead baby.
No, this is when it all goes tits up.
Yeah.
It's all going well. They all have a birthday cake for Fanny, who's apparently 12. That's grand. And then Fanny and Cynthia go to wash the baby. Nobody knows who, like, they say it's Fanny's baby, but nobody knows who the dad is. You can just imagine who it is, I suppose. So they go to have a little bath, but the whole process of her bathing this dead baby triggers back the memory of Cynthia's baby, and she just goes on like a murderous rampage. It's fucking brilliant. She takes
Yeah.
Cynthia. Oh no, she takes Fanny out. I actually hate saying this name. It's sick. She takes Fanny out with the same letter opener statue thing. Whatever it's
Yeah, that
called.
she
I don't
took
know.
Jeff out with.
that
Yeah.
that she took Jeff out with. And then Woody comes in, she takes him out with it as well. Oh no, sorry, she doesn't take Fanny out. She takes Fanny out by smashing her head in with the bathtub. I'm getting it that one
Yeah.
wrong. She takes Fanny out by smashing her head in with a little bathtub that she was washing the dead baby in. She takes Woody out with the same letter opener thing. She takes she goes outside and takes the mom out with the knitting needles that she's been sitting there knitting
Yes.
the whole fucking film.
Yes. That were also in Jeff's back because the mother done an extra
Mm-hmm.
2 into his back. Yeah.
Yeah. Then
This is great. This is great.
Teddy comes back from going somewhere. She takes him out with the, you know, those things that are used to cut like wheat. God, what's the name of it? It's like
Wheat?
a sickle.
Never heard of that. No.
I think it's called a sickle. It's like a
Yeah.
like a rounded blade. Anyways, she takes him out, slices him with that. Paul comes back, goes on a little meltdown. Cynthia comes out and shoots him.
See, we're dragging this scene out now with Paul coming back. He sees the mother, doesn't even flinch. Sees Teddy and sees Fanny gone. And only kind of cries because Fanny's gone. And sits down, kind of talking to God for a few minutes, like obviously he was a man of God. I actually thought this was when his acting kind of came alive a little bit. Do you think?
A little bit. It was a bit strange, but
Comes
yeah.
out and starts talking to God, blah, 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 but he leaves the rifle in the gaff in the house. Comes out and starts talking to God, starts looking up in the air. And who blows the fucking back off him? Cynthia. I didn't think this film was going to end like that. I thought this film was going to end weirdly with Cynthia staying in the family, being integrated with the family, and now she's
So
part of
did
the
I.
family.
I didn't
You know
think it was
what I mean?
gonna. It was like an extra scene or something.
Yeah, and she gets her
But
pure
it was
revenge.
nice. It was
Cynthia
revenge.
gets her revenge. Oh my god! Like, wasn't expecting that from this little movie. Now, I have one question for you, D. American
Mhm.
Gothic. This film was actually filmed in Canada, Canada.
Canada. Wow.
Fuck, I'm gonna get shit for that. Canada. It's called American Gothic. So what's American and what's Gothic about this film?
Nothing. I don't know.
It's on a remote island, so it's not obviously America. And what's Gothic about it? No idea. Because the picture was the picture from 1930s was called American Gothic with the two people. And
Yeah,
as you
it's
said,
obviously just a spin on the
the painting,
painting.
which is cool. Yeah, like the
Like
idea of that.
maybe an inspiration was taken from the painting.
And just while we're here, I think that director done a few films. Let me.
Hell, no. I mean,
Oh, sorry, he did. He done a Hammer film called Twins of Evil. One of them all vampire with the girls in it. For Hammer.
nice. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I knew he'd done something like. But yeah, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that.
I
now.
mean, I'm gonna give it a.
It's
I'm
yeah.
gonna give it a.
If we're talking letterbox here, out of 5, like 3.
Yeah, like a 2.5.
2.5, yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit more critical on that than me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
What-
not getting a 3. Come on.
What I did enjoy, the music was actually really good. Oh, he actually done a Howling. Remember we were talking about one of the Howlings? He done one of
Oh,
them
yeah.
as well. Very good.
Interesting.
Yeah, so he done a few horror films, but he didn't do much after American Gothic.
No, I think.
So, and also there is a remake of this film in 2000.
Oh God.
But no,
There's
like,
always a remake.
there's
of
always
everything.
a remake. Oh, I'm just wondering now, like, what was the budget? I'm not seeing a budget. Like,
Anyways, I'm gonna give it a 2.5, and I enjoyed it. Like, it was kind of. There was good twists and turns. Some scenes I didn't expect. It was a good original story. It is an 80s film. I mean, you're gonna get what you're gonna get. The acting is a bit shit sometimes. It's good at other times. It's a completely fucking wacky story. It never really makes sense if you think about it logically, but it's enjoyable. It's a 2.5. It's like a Saturday night. Easy watch.
watch it with a Chinese or
Watch
something.
it, watch it with a takeaway or yeah.
Yeah, well, Yeah, I enjoyed it as well. I'd give it more of a 3 out of 5, but that's just me. If you made it this far, like the video, subscribe, and D, thanks for being here.
And if you didn't, fuck off. Bye.
See you in the next one.
I want you to see my baby.
Get back to the old American way.
There will be no devil's play in this house.
That child never does finish a chore.
I am Dracula.
Are you a fan of all things nerdy? Do you love delving into the latest pop culture trends while also staying updated on the news of the day?
Hey there, fellow enthusiasts. Professor Aubrey here, and I'm thrilled to invite you to join us on Friends Talking Nerdy podcast, where we dive deep into all things geeky, from movies and TV shows to video games and comics.
That's right, folks. It's Tim the Nerd, your friendly neighborhood geek, ready to discuss the latest professional wrestling updates alongside our takes on tech innovations and the entertainment industry.
But that's not all. We also understand the importance of mental health, and we weave in thoughtful discussions on self-care and mindfulness.
So, if you want to geek out while also taking care of your well-being, tune in to Friends Talking Nerdy.
Friends Talking Nerdy, where pop culture meets mindfulness. Listen now on all major podcast platforms.
This podcast is part of the Deluxe Edition Network. To find other great shows on the network, head over to deluxeeditionnetwork.com. That's deluxeeditionnetwork.com.
Do you enjoy movies?
Do you enjoy adult beverages?
Do you enjoy conversations that could go off the rails at any second?
If you said yes to any of these questions, then you should check out the Films and Fermentation podcast. I'm Leo.
I'm Kevin.
I'm Mike.
We're just three friends
who like to talk shit about movies
while getting shit-faced. So join us every week as we discuss interesting movie topics like best ensemble films, most paused moments in cinema, and the occasional movie review, plus so much more.
When you add drinking, you have no idea where this conversations could go.
So find us on Spotify, Apple Pods, Good Pods, YouTube, or wherever you go to listen to your favorite shows. You could also visit linktree.com/films and fermentation to find all of our social media and podcast links. We'll be waiting for you to join us weekly at the crossroads between pickled and fermented. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.